The Dining Out Jersey Show brings you the best of the Jersey Shore. Today we visit Point Pleasant Beach, Joe Leone's Italian specialty. We meet with Joe Leone, we talk about his business, and we learn about how he gives back to the community. Follow me.
Hi,
Joe
how are you?
Leone.
Welcome. How are
Thank you for letting me come
Of
to
course,
your store.
of course.
Now you have
Welcome.
3 stores, or is it 2 with the catering? So
Well, we have our catering, our off-premise catering, and
Okay.
then we also have our store in Manasquan on Main Street, and then we
Okay.
have our store here.
And what's the difference between the 2 stores?
Well, we offer the same hot food specials every day, same soups, same sandwiches. Just here, we just have more of a variety and more room of retail items. That's pretty much the difference. Where it's more focused. Like we make our fresh mozzarella here. We have our station that we make our mozzarella. We have our cheesemonger here, but then we ship cheeses over there. It's more of it's half the size of this store, so but we do great in both locations. So
Yeah.
it's very similar. We totally cross-train all of our team members to go around to the different places.
Wow. And I think if you're from the Jersey Shore, you obviously know Joe Leone's Italian specialty store, but it's always kind of interesting to know the backstory, how it all began. You started in 1997.
Yes, I did. 1997, I was 21. My brother-in-law was 18. We started off making wholesale bread and just some meatballs and some fresh mozzarella. And very organic. Customers, guests that used to come in told us what they wanted, and we kind of went with the times. We surrounded ourselves with people that were better than us in many areas. From like our merchandising to our catering people to our chefs, and we honed into surrounding ourselves with people that were better than us, myself and John, and building the company from that point. So it's been a very organic, great experience.
Yeah.
Where customers told us what they wanted in the last 28 years, and we still live by that. You know, we're always there to serve the customer and make sure things are, to their liking, quality. Very, very important.
Yeah, I know you have a mission statement, and it's about excellence,
Yes.
and you train your staff. Well, I'd like to talk a
so,
little bit more
okay,
about
great.
that.
Absolutely, that's great. Our mission statement's excellence. It's a tradition built upon quality, service, and training, and we kind of live by that everything is supposed to be at its excellence. We're really big into internal customer service, where internally we try to treat each other with the utmost respect, just like we try to treat our guests with that utmost respect, to give a good handling on how we should be treating others.
That's great. I think there's a great ambiance in your store, even the way you've decorated it, the food you have, but also the employees. Makes a big difference for everybody.
We refer to them as team members here.
Team members.
Team members. Because we're all about a team, and we're all about building and like giving that excellence to the best of our ability, all of us.
Great.
Yep.
Now, you are a respected businessman in the community, but you give back. You do a lot to give back in the community. And I think we're going to just take a moment and go talk about that more, because Joe Leone's done a lot, and he's still doing more. So let's go talk with him about that.
I get embarrassed when people talk about me like that, but thank you for recognizing
Yes,
me.
of course. We're sitting down with Joe Leone because it's important to me to share stories about people who give back to the community. In our magazine, Dining Out Jersey, we have a feature article called "For I Was Hungry." And I wanted to put Joe Leone in that because he has given back in so many ways. When I went back and did some research on you, I saw that in May of 2017, you slept in a box on the boardwalk in Asbury Park. And that was for Covenant House?
Yes, it was. Covenant House. They were rebuilding some homes locally in Asbury Park. And I love Covenant House. It's a great organization helping young teens get off the streets, or teens that are kicked out of their house or homeless. So that was a really big thing for me. And they kept thinking of ways and ways. And I said, listen, one of the things that a lot of people don't know, in Asbury Park, there's a lot of kids that live under the boardwalk in refrigerator boxes. They take refrigerator boxes and they live underneath the boardwalk for shelter. And I said, you know what, why don't we get a refrigerated box and I'll depict what those kids are living like. And I set a goal of $100,000 or something like that. I don't even remember what we raised. But it's just important. It was great. Marilyn Shockback, she did the same thing. It was in front of her restaurant, so she piggybacked on that and raised a decent amount of money. And it was just really good for awareness because people that were walking by, they were asking what we were doing, and they just were in shock to know that the boardwalk where they go and they eat and have a good time and they enjoy, that there's actually homeless kids here in Monmouth County that are actually living, that it gets so bad after they do surfing from friend to friend's house, that it gets so bad that they are really not wanted and that they sleep underneath there. So that was a good one.
Yeah, it definitely brought awareness. Now, it was really bad weather too, wasn't it for you while you were on the
No, actually it worked out really
Yeah?
well. Yeah, it wasn't good. I was really
Wasn't too
good.
much?
So God was looking over my shoulders
Well,
there,
that's
and
good.
no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't cold. It was the summer. It wasn't good. I
It
think
was
we got
May.
like one day of rain.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a couple drops coming in. I was like, okay, and then we moved it over to the store because I wanted to get my goal. So we did this in front of Joe Leone's for like 2 nights.
Yeah,
So I
I
think it was a total of 5 nights or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Wow, that's really great. And the fact that you can do this and manage the businesses and you have a family.
Well, like I said, I've been very fortunate in my life and blessed that I have really good people around me. One of the things where I wanted to take Joe Leone's to the next level, where my brother-in-law realized, he was like, listen, we're not good at all these different things. So we surrounded ourselves with people that are better than us in certain area, and we key into their talents. And we really embraced that. And those are the reasons why I'm able to step away from the company to actually do these things in the community to make a difference.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Now you have this picture right here. It's called Excellence, a tradition built upon training, quality, and service. This is how it all starts. This is where the backbone.
Well, what we did was we don't really advertise this that much. This is probably like the first time it's ever going out of Joe Leone's. So what we do is we use this as a reminder to all of our team members throughout the company. Excellence, a tradition built upon training, quality, and service. And it doesn't matter. Sometimes the posters are written out different ways just to make sure that the team members are paying attention to what the main mission statement is. This is me when I first opened up at 21 years old. These are different stages of Joe Leone's through the years of working together. It's just a reminder of our history, our tradition, and what we try to accomplish by giving nothing but the best quality of ingredients, really focusing on training, and then also the service aspect of it, of giving service to the guest and also to the external customer. Because if you have good internal service within, you will always have external customer service without. If you're giving bad service behind the scenes, then that individual will clam up and maybe not give the service that the company would really expect them to do. And it's just good to keep it kind of harmonious. And it was a pencil drawing. This is our logo. Over here is our logo. And we've been blessed that I can't say all of our team members really, really believe in this. And I definitely believe in it.
Have you had team members that have stayed with you for a while?
Oh, we have probably going on about 8 people who have been with us for 28 years. Most of our team members, I would say probably 40% of our team members have been definitely here more than 10 years. And then the others, this industry is a come and go type of an industry. People in different parts of their life, they do it temporary just to make some extra money, or sometimes they get great opportunities and open up their own businesses, which is great, or put themselves through school or college or something like that. So we've been really fortunate to bring in, but we average about 170 to 200 team members a year. But we do have high standards. Like that internal customer service is big. Our training is big. So like if you don't learn and fit in with the culture of Joe Leone's, then we ask people that they could possibly be successful somewhere else and, maybe take their skills somewhere else that maybe it just doesn't fit in here at Joe Leone's. So I don't like to say we're a company that has a lot of turnover. It's really up to the team member themselves and their skills and what they're willing to do to participate in the goals and the details that we laid out.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense too, because, the kids coming out of college and learning how to, what they want to do. When they come here, it's not just a fly-by-night, I'm going to show up for work, do what I have to do, and leave. You're teaching them.
Yeah, well, we try to make them as accountable as possible.
Yeah.
This generation's really tough. but we try to really work and try to get the very best out of them and to give them to be interested in coming to work here at Joe Leone's. It's really important.
That's great. There's so much depth to your business, and I do believe that that's why you're so successful. I really do. I think it's really thought out, and there's a lot of heart and passion in what you do. When I look at your website, I see the family, Family. Forget about me, I love you. What is that?
That's our mantra. So it's not really our mission statement, but it's our mantra. But it actually turns into, if you're selfless and you're working selfless and putting others before yourself, the end result would be giving great internal service. So like, do you pick up a box, or do you wait for the guy that's job is to pick up the box? Do you help somebody set them up for success for the next day? Do you stick around and work a couple extra hours here and there? Do you pitch in? Do you volunteer to take somebody's shift when they ask you to take someone's shift? It's more about being selfless and forgetting about yourself. It promotes selfless behavior. Our founder, Mike Manhart, founded the mantra. And I actually go around the community, outside the community. I go to jails, fire departments, police departments, football teams, basketball teams, you name it, where anybody has any type of interaction with each other, hair salons, restaurants, to promote selfless behavior, to try to convince people to be selfless in a selfish world. And that's basically what family is. I mean, for a short amount, we do 45-minute seminars on family. Like I said, we work on the adolescents is great, like the teenagers, because they're in part of development and their minds are developing. And if you can kind of change their mindset going into their adulthood, that's the real. And I get a lot out of that. I feel very whole when I walk away and I hear of these teenagers doing selfless acts of kindness and sacrificing their time or their talent or their personality to make the world a better place.
Wow.
And that's what we try to do here at Joe Leone's with the team members. And, when you're a selfless person, when someone's coming into our two shops, we want our guests to feel the most important. So it's like, forget about me. Maybe I was scheduled to go to lunch at 12:15 and it's 12:20 and the customer's taking their time. Do you give them the great service, or do you basically say, no, I'm going on lunch? So it's like just selfless behavior that resonates through our team members. And then even in the back of the house, like our marketing director, our people that are working in our human resources, people that are working in the offices, them giving a good culture to what's going out there, expanding and being selfless and putting their heart and soul into their job is very important.
Yeah, it seems like you have a calling to do this.
It
comes out
great.
through your business, and then so you take it out into the
I
world.
do, because I think it's a great message. It's a great mantra,
I also think that in this world, and with the way people are kind of going in the direction of taking care of yourself, me first, all this stuff, the feelings that you get and the satisfaction you get from sharing, like what I'm doing right now, like I'm sharing what you do, telling the world about it. That makes me happier than I could possibly be, because I'm sharing the message that you're giving out.
Well, thank you. I mean, with philanthropy, yes, Joe Leone's have been known, and we've been blessed enough, John and I, to give to the community as much as we possibly can. We can't give to everyone. But if you really think about it, and I say this very sincerely, like if somebody's coming in and asking for a donation of a gift basket, right? So our name is out there, there's a marketing component to that. Somebody rips into that gift basket, they win, or they auction it off, or whatever. They auction the basket off, or they do like the tickets. I forget what that's called, ticky tray or whatever. They're going home, opening up that basket, and maybe getting an item that they like. So it's promoting the company. And then when we're doing spaghetti dinners or different things that we're giving to schools for fundraisers and stuff like that, people will say, oh, you know what, I'm going to do the graduation party with Joe Leone's. And it's kind of works its way, but it is a marketing thing. The one thing I really like doing is setting the example of doing things that people don't know. And that they don't know what you're doing and do things under the radar. That's what fills my heart. What other fills my heart is that we've been very blessed to have a platform on our social outlets, and trust in the community that we can do events where people trust to do stuff. Like we just did an event where we did boots and socks for North Carolina. So we filled up a 53-foot tractor trailer, sent it down to the devastation of the hurricane that happened down in, we were down in outside of Asheville, and we hand delivered all the products.
That's awesome.
But the thing is that I also have people in my world that I could say, can you sign a check? But I like to make more meaning, you know, seeing kids taking a case of water or a box of boots. I use the platform at Jolione's to bring it, to make it a communal thing so that we feel selfless and putting it forward, right? So like that's one of the things. So like doing the awareness for doing the thing for Covenant House, I'm stepping out, but I'm stepping that as an example, and people will remember like, wow, this guy's crazy. He slept in a box, but they actually stopped and took interest in what I was doing, and they gave money for such a great cause. If that kind of like makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
But what really is nice is just going out and doing things for people that you don't know, that you're not getting recognition for. Because I get very embarrassed, like even like an interview like this of like, oh, Joe, you do so much, blah, blah. It's nice, it's
I think
humbling,
it
but it does help people.
It does help people.
Because the more you give, you get back in return, and you're not doing it with that intention. It's not even just what you get back in return. With business, I mean, yes, I'm sure it's helped our business of all the things that we've done for the community, but what gives back is you get more in your heart feeling good that you did something for someone else. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to teach my children, I'm trying to teach my team members, and trying to teach the community as best I can. But I'm just a chef, I'm a baker, I'm nothing like crazy special,
No,
but
I
try to do the best I can.
I think it's great. So now how can people find out more about any upcoming things that you're working on, something that inspires you, want to share? How do you do that?
I would say click onto our social media platforms. Priscilla constantly does updates on everything that we do. I'm very spontaneous. When things come up, I go into her office and say, this is what I'm thinking. So there are calendars. There is very good communication where volunteers can volunteer online. Well, now that the holiday's here, we try to like focus on the business and accommodating the team members actually not accommodating the team members, getting our team members to accommodate our guest. So like, but sometimes we do toy drives and things like that privately. But then the other thing what we do is we, like after on St. Joseph Feast, we like to go to a homeless shelter and feed people. And there's a lot of things that we do that pop up. Sometimes I want to promote, sometimes I don't promote, and I kind of keep them internally here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
for talking with us today. This has been a great show, and please keep us in the loop because Dining Out Jersey wants to be there. If you're going to be doing anything, we want to help out in any way we can.
Okay.
And support you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us today.